Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we're gonna go over the collision system of the Atari 2600, so stick around for that. Alright, so let's get started. Let me bring my draw tool. In here we have our it's a grid that I have over here. Each squares represents a pixel, and we're gonna demonstrate how the collision works. And how the collision works, pretty much it's handled by the hardware. So the TIA, or the television interface adapter, which we talked before, which handle the screen, is gonna handle the collision. And it's a bit different from today. If you're gonna make a game today, you have this rectangle collision, rectangle to rectangle, rectangle to circle. Well, if you're doing 2D, of course. But back in the days, the old computer days of the Atari 2600, other old video game consoles, it's pretty much handled by the hardware. And let me demonstrate how that works. So over here we have, let's say we have right over here, that's our play field right over here. Let me draw something really fast over here. Let's say some shape like this, whatever, just to look, whatever, that's just represents to represent our play field. Or if you, it works the same as far as I know. Need to check for the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo system. So this blue part is our play field, for our sprite, if you will. And how a collision happens, let me, for example, say this is our sprite, our ball, whatever, and we're moving this to the right every position. So there's one over here, so there's one over here, one over here. As you notice, no collisions are happening. I'm just moving. No collisions supposed to happen. And right over here, so right here, no collisions supposed to happen. But I know by the next position, this is gonna overlap this part over here, and that's how a collision pretty much happens in either hardware or software. But let's say over here, this is right over here. So now this part went over this part, and there's this overlap, and that's overlap over here handled by the TIA. So it's gonna draw over here the playfield and our ball over here, and then the TIA is gonna notice that these two parts are overlapping, and that's gonna trigger our special register, and that register is gonna set or unset our value over 1 and 0, which says a collision has happened. So that the hardware is noticing that it's overlap over here when it's drawing. So over here, let's say for example it's coming over here, right over here. Well, you draw over here the ball, but right over here is drawing the ball and the playfield. So that's when it instantly says a collision happens, and that's how the process works. So it's a bit like the software, the same thing. There's when there's overlap happens, but this is handled by the hardware. And to show you how these limitations back then, people had to be a bit more creative to have this result over here that we have our collisions. So that's pretty much how the collision happens. It's just it overlaps when it draws itself. So draw the playfield, draw the ball, and if there's something else over here, it's also going to trigger. Let's say the player is over there. So for example, red over here. Here's the player. There's collisions everywhere. It's going to set all those registers flags. All those registers, not flags. So let me go over all those registers in the Stella menu. Alright, so let's go through the menu. Pretty much it's just gonna recover some materials really fast. So right here, the TIA detect the collisions between objects, 6 of them, and 5 of them immovable. 5 of them is the missile 0 and 1, player 0 and 1 in the ball, and the 6th one being the playfield. So that's all of them, and you have a combination of 15 possible 2 object collisions. And right here, the collision is going to be detected, and right on the bytes, the 6th and the 7th, so the most and second most bit, and one determines that it was a collision happens. And of course you can clear all these collisions by typing into a register, store into a register, strobe to it. CX, which is a collision, short for collision, and CRL, clear, so that's our mnemonic for collision clear or clear collision. So let me go to the other page over here. I think it's 29. Well, here it is, collision detections. And right here it says collisions happens between an overlap on the screen, like I said before. So one gets on top of the other. And here it's just saying it's the 6th and 7th bit address. And here we have the clear, the collision clear. Let me just control F here. I don't know where the collisions. So let me right here. Alright, so here, not here. It's on our VCS file too, but let's look it over here first. And here is our addresses for our collision system. So here's our collision. So here, read collision over here. CX, like I said, is the mnemonic for collision. Here is missile 0 to player. So as you figured out, missile 0 is collision to player 1. Missile 0 collision to player 0. The next one up is the same thing, but this time's missile 1 to player instead of 0. Exact same thing. And the order is reversed a bit over here, so this player 0 instead of player 1. And here you have collision to player 0 to play field and ball. Field and ball. Same thing over here, field and ball. And all of them over here. Same thing, so there's missile 0, field and ball. Then you have the ball to play field, and you notice there's only one over here. You don't have the second most. That determines some other collision. Here you have our player to player and missile to missile. And look at here, it's the 6th and the 7th bit address. So if all that covered, let's just go to the code right now. Alright, so here we have our blank page as always. So I'll have the default over here, so copy and paste. And let's just get start coding over here. So I know I'm gonna need some variables to begin with. So var as usual, and then org80. Org80. Name this pos for position. And set it for 1 byte. And then load that and initialize the pos. And I also want to let's go skip a thing. Do 80. Let's start playfield to I'm gonna do playfield to ball since just one over here, the 7th bit. And it's just like the menu over here. Excuse me. And 80 hex is equivalent to this 1 in byte. So just starting 1 to the playfield 0 over here. That's how we need. Just some quick example. Playfield 0. Let's assemble and see what he got so far. So here you have the lines over here. Perfect. Let's come over here and already copy and paste our divide loop over here. So let me just put 36 over here. Copy this, that one here. And remember, right after you do this horizontal move over here, you're gonna strobe the H move register so it works. And no, I have to load the position. So this value goes over here, and then we're gonna load X, and you want, I'm gonna work with the ball since there's only one beat over here to work with. And ball, let's see over here, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 1, 4 over here, 4. So copy and paste this over here, over here. Let's do, okay, so let's O A of FF, store that to enable ball, and let's just not load 0, so turn it off. Let's see what we got over here. Oh, it's fine. So, well, not fine actually. There you go. And just over here, let's increment every position and every frame. And here it is, crossing across our playfield over here. And alright, so now let's start with the collision. So first let's do some masking. So that's the same as the 80s before. I'm gonna do a bit comparison with this register right over here. Collision ball playfield. Let's go over here. Collision ball playfield. And then let's say branch on minus. And it's going to be a minus because the 7th, where is it? Here, this, let's go to one up. The 7th one is a minus register, so if it's 1, it's minus. So that's perfect. Right over here. And the 7th or the most. And the second most over here is the overflow. So you can branch with this one with minus. And this one with the overflow. So this one is just branch with minus. Let's say hit. Let's go over here. Let's get hit. And decrement position. So let's just, well, actually let me increase the position over here. Let's say 4. Let's see how that works. Okay, now I can see it because before it was already inside the playfield, so the detection was already happening. And just to show you guys here in debug TIA, right over here, this is our detection going on over here. So this one has to be detected, but nothing is happening because it's incrementing and decrementing every time. So go to hit, otherwise just quit this. Bind to C. See what you got over here. There we go. So now it's every time it hits this area is gonna increment. I mean, it's gonna increment every time, but as soon as it hits this area over here, it's incrementing, decrementing, so it's stuck over there. But if you come over here under the TIA part, as you see, this ball to the playfield is detected, so a collision happened. For it to clear over here, it's back there, stuck. So let's just code something really fast, just to make something. Let's make this thing bounce over here. So let's say hit, and here's no hit, and here let's say instead of B, just jump to hit. jump to hit. It's the exact same that I did before. Code as before. I mean, jump to no hit. If I can't hide, there you go. It's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna stuck. That's just this byte you see head. So now let's, if it's hit, let's compare that with, do you want to compare that? Let's say value 1 and branch equals 0 to, let's say, reset collision. Let's just go reset instead of check, reset. To reset, come over here, and let's let store here clear, no, collision clear, right here. Let's just jump this area, and here you don't want to go over here, so let's say exit collision. Well, just exit. Let's make it things short. So over here, and here we want, or set up, you can jump to exit, or you can do your cheap trick that I've been using forever. You see. So actually, I don't think it's gonna work. Let me put an exit over here, because type over here, because we need hit to jump over this part over here too. So there you go. So this should work. So let's check. Oh, choose a bit more, a bit much. Let's compare with 2. Let's compare with 0. See how that works. I'll start at 4, so let's see what you got over here. Compare pause with let me load x pause, compare x with maybe, oh, there it is. I was using the comparison wrong. So let me check. Let me check once. Let's try to get really close. No, it didn't work, so let's try 2 now. Point. Oh, there it is, there. Bouncing between display field. Oh, no. Let's try to make it a little bit bigger over here. Load to 1. Control play field. So here it is, bouncing back and forth. So that's gonna be it for this video. In the next video, we're gonna go over the audio systems, and that's pretty much it. So thanks for watching, and see you then. Thanks.